Hello soulmates, welcome back again to the channel. Today my name is Jenny. So today's video I'm really excited because we are creating the dress from the house of CB. So most of you that knows the house of CB, you know that they create elegant and classic dresses, and the dress we are trying to create today is this particular dress at the salon. Okay, so you can see this beautiful dress. I think they sell it around 269 US dollars. I think that is the amount they sell this dress, and when you convert it you will surely know what it was. I have my material here. Okay, so you can see this my material. I have 4 yards of this material. You can see it's a floral fabric, and I got each yards for 2,000 naira, so that is 8,000. Okay, so I also have these nets. I have my nets, so I'll be making use of this net, but I discovered it was not actually this net they used. They used something like 2 nets, but for me, I'm going to be using this net, and I have just 1 yard of it, so I got it for 1,000 naira. So I also have my zipper. So I have this zipper, I got it for 300 naira. I have my lining here. So this is the color of lining I was able to get. I'm going to be managing it like that. So I have 2 yards of this lining, and each yard is 1,000 naira. 1,000 naira, okay? So I have my thread. So this thread I think I bought it 200 naira, okay? So I think everything I'll be using in creating this style worth 10,700. So that is the amount I'm going to be using in creating this style. So we'll see how it's going to come out. But today's video, guys, is going to be on the drafting part of this dress, okay? So we are going to be drafting it out, and we're going to be stitching it together. So if this sounds like what I'm interested to learn, guys, don't forget to hit on the subscribe button, like and share this video. Thank you to my new and my returning subscribers. And also don't forget our fashion editing class, which is still ongoing for those of you that are interested in becoming a fashion content editor and creator like me. Send us a message on this WhatsApp number and we'll take it up from there, guys. Thank you once again. Let's get into it. Welcome back again, soulmates. So let's go ahead and draft out the pattern. So the first thing I'm going to do is to divide my shoulder measurement into 2, which is 7.5, then come down by ½ inch for the shoulder slope. From that shoulder slope, I came down by 8 inches for my armhole length. So placing my tape like this, I'm going to mark my bust points, my under bust, which is 13, my bust point is 10, my half length is 16.5. So I'm going to just mark it on this part, okay, and also take it to this other side. I'm going to mark it to have like a straight line. I hope you understand. Then I'll go ahead now and connect all the points together. So after connecting the points together, the next thing I'm going to do is to place the half of my shoulder measurement on this chest line, and also divide my bust measurement into 4, which gave me 9. So I'm going to also place it there, and I'm going to rule out my straight line for the armhole length like this. Then I'm going to divide this into 2 to get the midpoint, then come out from that midpoint by ½ inch. Then I'm going to just connect this with my armhole curve, okay? So you can actually do this with your free hand. Then after doing that, I'm going to place my neck width of 3 inches. I'm going to mark my shoulder slope, then divide the shoulder slope into 2 to get the midpoint. So after that, I'm just going to label out the lines for you guys to understand better. So after doing that, guys, I'm going to place my nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2, which is 3.5, on the lines like this. So place it on your under bust line, on your waistline, your hip line, and also your bust point line. Then after that, I'm going to just connect it together like this, and also connect from the bust point all the way to the shoulder area like so. So after doing that, now I'm going to place 0.75 at both sides of this line, you can see. So I'll get the total of 1.5 inches. I hope you understand. So this is not a deep bustier, okay? It's not a deep bustier. So that's why we are not taking much of the dart. So I'm just going to take 0.75. So if you know you are not too busty, I will advise you to take 0.5 at both sides of the line, okay? For me, I'm going to make use of 0.75. Then I'm going to also connect from the bust point line to the under bust with a curve like this. So after doing that, now I'm going to go up by ½ inch from the bust point line, which is going to serve as my neck depth, okay? So that is what I'm doing. So just watch carefully. Then I went in a bit by 0.25. I hope you understand. So I went in a bit by 0.25 because looking at the neck depth of this style, the V area is not really sharp. I hope you understand. So it's just like a corset type, but the corset area too was not straight. You can choose the bust point line as your neck depth, or you can come down a bit up to the under bust line. Depend on how exposed you want this part to be. So for me, I don't want it to be much exposed because I want to be wearing it out to church. After that, I'm going to connect with a curve from that point all the way to the under bust like this. You can see. So after connecting now, I'm also going to connect from that point again, my neck depth area to the neck width with a straight line. So after doing that now, I'm going to input my body measurements plus the dart intake. Okay, so remember the dart intake was 1.5, that is adding the 0.75 at both sides, so we have 1.5. So just go ahead and place your body measurements, your under bust measurement, your waist measurement, your hip measurement, and make sure you add up the that intake. Okay, so after doing that, go ahead and connect the points together to give you a nice shape. So when it comes to the waist area, please make sure it curve a bit like this. Then after doing that, I'm going to come down by 1 inch from the bust point line like this to get my bust dart. Then I'm going to add my stitching allowance of 1.5 inches on all the lines like this. Okay, to add it up, your stitching allowance on all the points like this. So go ahead and mark out the darts for the bust dart. I hope you understand. So we took just 1 inch because this is going to have a zipper. Okay, so assuming it's going to have a loop or eyelet, I would have taken more than this, but this is going to have a zipper. So I think 1 inch is okay for me. I need to close the bust dart. So I will just open up this line at this shoulder area for me to close the bust dart. So after closing the bust dart, guys, go ahead and contour that part and replace every shortage at that line. Okay, so after doing that, I'm going to come down by 2.5 inches from the waistline towards the side like this. Then towards the center front, I'm going to come down from the waistline by 5.5 inches. I hope you understand. This is for the back's waistline. Before connecting your backs, please make sure you close up your darts. It's very, very important so that you have a straight line towards the basque area. So after doing that, now this is what we have. So the next thing now for me to do is to alight all the parts where we are going to be needing. Okay, so I'm going to be cutting off all the parts where I marked out with my marker. So guys, watch carefully the way I'm cutting it out. Towards that my neck depth area, I started cutting from that part and I slanted my scissors all the way to the under bust. Okay, so if you're also cutting towards the neck width area, also start from that point all the way to the neck width. I hope you understand. So guys, after cutting, this is what we have. So coming to the bottom part, we are not going to cut it yet. So looking at this picture at the side, you can see that they have like darts, like about 3 to 4 darts on this pattern. I hope you understand. So we are going to create that dart because we are trying to recreate this style the way it is. The first thing I'm going to do now is to close up this dart. I'm going to close up this my dart as you see. So go ahead and close it up like this on the pattern. So I'm going to use my sellotape to do that. So after closing it up now, we are going to start marking out the order that we needed for the design. So the order that is just like design. Okay, so to get that, the next thing now I'm going to do now is to go ahead and add 3 inches or 4 inches. Okay, so I'm going to add 4 inches. So that means if you're adding 4 inches extra, you are going to be having about 4 darts. I hope you understand. So each dart is 1 inch, but if you're adding 3 inches, you're having 3 darts. I hope you understand. I'm going to add it up on the under bust line, the waistline, and the hip line. Then after that, connect it together like so. Then after doing that now, remember we came down by 2.5 inches from the waist area. So go ahead now and mark it out on this extra inches we added now. You can see to give you like this curve at this bottom part. I hope you understand. If you don't understand what I'm saying, please just watch the video and you will get to understand. So this is it, guys. So this excess we added now is going to be used for the darts, that is the little pleats we have on that part. I hope you understand. Go ahead and cut it out. So guys, after cutting it out now, this is what we are having. So like what I'm saying concerning the pleat, or you can call it that. So if you want to achieve this, what you do is to go in by 4 inches. Okay, so if your nipple to nipple measurement is 3.5, add extra half inch to that. So mine is 3.5 plus half inch, making 4 inches. So we just go in by 4 inches, and you are going to mark half inch at both sides of that line. So this is how it's going to be on the right side of your fabric. By the time you transfer this pattern now to the fabric, this is how it's going to be on the right side. So you are sewing on the right side like this. Okay, so after doing that, you pick the middle, that is the middle line is what you are picking. Then you stitch on the side of that half inch you added at the side of that line. I don't know if you understand. So you are going to just pinch the middle line, then stitch on the side by half inch. So that is how you're going to do it until you achieve the 4 pleats. Let me call it pleats, the 4 pleats you have on that dress. So remember, we added 4 inches, so we are making 4 pleats. So if you add 3 inches, you are making 3 pleats. Okay, so this is just like a design, and it came out so beautiful. I really love it so well. So I think that is one of the thing that made the House of CB dress to be different from the one I've been seeing online. Okay, so I've been seeing a lot of people recreating this style, but there's something missing. I think this is one of the things that was missing on other people's own dress. So we are going to be adding it up because we are recreating the CB dress. Okay, so go ahead and add up your stitching allowance. So at the bottom, I'm adding 1 inch. At the top, I'm adding half inch. At the side, there's no need for stitching allowance because we have added it on our pattern. Then coming to the cup area, add half inch all round. You can see on the center front area and the side, add half inch all round the cup. Okay, so guys, let's keep it aside and work on the back piece. I'm going to divide my shoulder measurement into 2, which is 7.5, like we did for the front. Then I'm going to place it there and come down by half inch for shoulder slope. From that part, I'm going to come down by my armhole length, okay, which is 8 inches. Then placing my tape now on the starting line, I'm going to mark 15.5 instead of 16.5. Remember, we took out 1 inch that for the bust area of the front. Okay, so I'm going to minus that 1 inch from my actual half length, so to get the back half length. So I marked 15.5. Okay, so that is how to do it. Then after doing that, I'm going to connect the lines. I'm also going to connect my chest line like so. So after doing that, now go ahead and place the half of your shoulder measurement on the chest line to get a straight line for the armhole, and also curve in your armhole curve like this. Okay, so after doing that, now for the neck width also, we are going to make use of 3 inches. I'm going to connect my shoulder slope like this. So after doing that, I came down by 1 inch for the neck depth of the back like this, and I'm going to just connect with a curve. You can see, just connect with a curve all the way to the zip area like this. This is a normal basic body. Don't forget to add your hip line also. Okay, from the back waistline, go down by your hip length. After doing that, go ahead and input your body measurement. Divide your waist by 4, divide your hip by 4, divide your bust by 4. My hip divided by 4 is 10.5. My waist divided by 4 is 8 inches. My bust divided by 4 is 9 inches. Okay, so after doing that, go ahead and connect all the points together. Go ahead and cut out your pattern. After cutting out the pattern now, I'm going to place this piece of paper on this side of the back. because looking at it clearly on this picture, you can see that they also have pleats at the back. So the back also was pleated just like the front. So we are going to be adding our extra inches for the pleats, okay? But before then, I'm going to add 1.5 inches for my stitching allowance. So go ahead and add your stitching allowance first before adding the extra. So after adding it now, at the back, I'm going to be making 3 pleats. So that is why you see me adding 3 inches instead of 4 inches. I hope you get. That is it, guys. So go ahead now and connect all the points together. Make sure you add the extra inches on the chest line, on the waistline and hip line. So after doing that, go ahead and connect it with a nice shape. So also remember, we came down by 2.5 from the waistline. So also do the same at the back. So you can see what I'm doing. So the back is not going to have a basque. So we are going to just keep it straight like this. I hope you get. So go ahead and keep it straight and cut out the excess. So after cutting out the back, this is what we are having, guys. You can see. Now to get the pleat for the back, what we are going to do now is to mark 3.5 inches, which is my normal nipple to nipple divided by 2 on that part, the bust band. So go ahead and mark it there from the zip line. I made some correction while I was sewing this because when you look at it carefully, you can see that the pleat went all the way to the shoulder area. So I corrected it on the sewing part. So if you like to see the correction I made, the alteration, go ahead and check out the sewing part of this video. The next thing I'm going to do now is to subtract 1 inch. So I decided to use 3 pleats instead of 4 pleats. I don't want it to be much, so I'm going to subtract 1 inch from all the points, from the underbust, the waistline and the hip line. So I subtracted just 1 inch. So I'm having 3 pleats for the front and the back. Hope you understand. So these are all the patterns, guys, and in our next video we are going to be stitching them up together. If you like to see the outcome of this pattern, of this style, stick with us to the sewing part of this video, and don't forget to subscribe, like and share this video. Thank you to my new and my returning subscribers, and do well to support what we do in this channel. Love you guys. Bye.